Rod Rosenstein should be fired immediately. Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, on Friday subverted the President of the United States while our President is on foreign soil. He raised the security threat level against the United States President while the President is on foreign soil. Worse than that, he specifically targeted one of America's most dangerous enemies, whom the President is going to meet with in 2 days. Unless Donald Trump specifically ordered the news conference on Friday, which charged 12 Russian intelligence agents with doing their job. Their job as intelligence agents for Russia is to gather intelligence for Russia. That's what they do. Unless this press conference was specifically called for by President Trump, Rod Rosenstein should not only be fired, he very well should be arrested and charged with treason. First off, if the American government and Rod Rosenstein actually wanted to hold anyone responsible for any of these crimes they were indicted for on Friday, they would have released a sealed indictment. That way, if any one of these 12 intelligence officers went on vacation in Europe or went to some country that America had an extradition treaty with, we could have arrested them, unsealed the indictment, arrested them, and extradited them to America, charged, then put them through trial, and punished these people. By making the indictment public, the American Justice Department has just proven without a doubt that the whole Russia investigation is a completely politically motivated publicity stunt. No one is going to be tried and punished from any of these Russian hackers. Basically, the whole news conference is a publicity stunt, a public relations maneuver. The Justice Department is supposed to be completely free from political motivation, but here, the timing is more than suspicious. These indictments came one day after the FBI agent Peter Strzok testified before Congress about political bias in our Justice Department. Furthermore, and more importantly, our president, whether you like him or not, is in the middle of an overseas trip where he's visiting the enemy country that is in this indictment. This certainly did not make our president safer. I'm not saying that the risk of Russia kidnapping or killing President Trump is very high. In fact, it's very, very low. But this publicity stunt on Friday certainly did not make him safer. It could only have raised that threat level. Why couldn't this press conference be held next Thursday or Friday when President Trump is back safely on American soil? Rosenstein and his globalist hacks are literally messing with World War III, and they do not care. Remember, Donald Trump was briefed on all of these indictments and all of this evidence before he left on his trip. So he could have brought all of the evidence with him. So the press conference on Friday did not help him in any way. And again, I admit that the risks are very low with a Donald Trump being actually kidnapped or executed while in Russia. But that risk does exist, and it was only increased on Friday. And since the press conference, PR stunt, all of the globalists have exposed themselves. They have been screaming about how the summit or this meeting between Trump and Putin should now be canceled, which is ludicrous because the events mentioned in the press conference have been known to the public and the mainstream media for over a year now. Russian spies exist, and they spy on America. Surprise! Are Americans going to give any credence to Russia or Iran or North Korea when they now come out and indict American intelligence officers for spying on them? Remember, America has bragged about how we hacked into Iran's nuclear program, North Korea's nuclear program, and repeatedly attacked them to slow down their research. Well, I'm sure to the Iranian courts or North Korean courts, this is all a crime. So all this publicity stunt on Friday did by indicting these Russian intelligence officers is simply open the door to all of the world's countries now just doxing each other's intelligence officers. This press conference on these indictments are completely politically motivated publicity stunts, and Rod Rosenstein should be fired immediately. I cannot think anything that this Rosenstein dude could have done that's more worthy of immediate firing. I think he wants to be fired because the investigation has found nothing on Donald Trump when it comes to collusion, and they now need to shift their storyline and narrative back to obstruction of justice, and the firing of Rod Rosenstein would fill that need that the mainstream media and the left have. Jeff Sessions, where are you? You should have been on television Friday afternoon, 5 minutes after this news conference, and fired Rod Rosenstein with cause immediately.